That says I'm live. This doesn't say I'm live. Bit weird. It's a bit weird, just saying. Oh, now I'm live. Okay. And let's timestamp it. And pop the chat out, fill it up on the Lappy full screen, change it to live chat. How the hell do I make that bigger so I can read it? Who knows, I can actually. Hey Robbie, how you doing? I can just about read it on the Lappy. Hey up Michael, nice to see you. Oh, excuse me. So it's been a long while since I live streamed, and I'm not doing it in the office with all the kit around me, so you'll have to bear with me and you'll have to let me know if it ain't all that, and I'm sure you will. Hey up Craig, hey up Cody. So I'm going to stream a bit of American Truck Simulator, but I don't think you'll have seen much like it before. What's the main difference? I was going to stream my 135 with all the wacky trains and everything, and actually I've decided not to do that. Hey up Nathan, lovely to see you. So I've decided to go with the latest iteration, 150, and a brand new profile and a brand new mod setup. I've also gone for full immersion driving, so the simple automatic and the regular automatic gearboxes are gone. It's manual shifting. Bearing in mind I am driving with a keyboard only, no steering wheel, no pedals, no shifter, so it's going to take me a little bit of a while to get into it and get used to it. Do feel free to fill your boots and rip the piss, as I make an absolute pig's ear of it. Again, let me pre-apologise. I'll do my best to keep up with the chat. I've got the chat on a separate laptop because I only have a single massive monitor here, and it's just not possible for me to monitor any other way. Some people say, oh, you use your phone, Ebeez, but the phone's even smaller than the Chromebook. So I'm using a Chromebook to monitor the chat. If I miss anybody, my sincere apologies. I am going to get pretty immersive. Please also bear in mind that I have had a stroke, and that has a myriad of effects on me, from being a bit stupid, a bit slow, muddling my words up, and being a bit thick. So take that into account. Nevertheless, it is open day to rip the piss. Okay, so I've set the profile up. What does the profile look like? Well, I disabled all the DLCs, so we've only got LA as the driving map, and then I'll add each DLC as we complete a section of the map. I think that way it's much more doable. This is on the latest 150. There's no map mods installed, but there are some really cool mods installed that are only available on 150, so that was another reason for me to go. I'm doing very well, thank you Lama. I'm doing well, thank you everybody, and thank you all so much for your continued support. I'm loving making the videos. I've kind of steered away from live streaming because I wasn't quite ready. I feel I'm ready now. I'm not 100%, but I'm about as good as I'm going to be for the immediate future. So that's where we're at. I've taken a load from Radeon to Sacramento. We've got no money, no truck. We're literally starting out at Bonds. And of course, to make things worse, this is American truck, not Euro truck, so it's a lot harder for me. So that's the interface, that's the setup. I absolutely love it. The same sort of setup is available for Euro Truck Simulator 2, but again, you kind of got to use 150. This interface mod only came out for 149, so unfortunately there's no real older versions of it, and it's very much a work in progress. Hey up Dobry, lovely to see you, man. Hope you're safe and well. So bear all of that in mind. Let's fire this Ovlov up. Strong Russian truck. Now I'll show you the profile build at the end. I've limited it to 20 mods in total. This is on the main gaming PC running on Linux Mint Cinnamon via Steam and Proton Experimental. The only mod that I didn't include in it is SIP's traffic mod, which I really wanted to, but it's horrible. It makes the frame rates dive and it puts micro freezes in all over the place. Okay, so just to show you that we are on a manual box, we can rev the engine. You see it's in neutral. You've got to admit you're enjoying the 150 update. Yep, me too, Michael, for sure. And why not? So let's I'm going to start off in third. I don't know if that's wise, but anyway, we'll see. So we've got an ETA of 13:53 in game time. I have changed the keyboard out, so hopefully the keyboard clicking issue will go away. Go straight to neutral, up to third. So these, you have to bear in mind that because I've had a stroke, processing things, I'm an awful lot slower than I were, and Lord knows I was slow anyway. I'm even worse now, just saying. But using manual shift on 150 has really invigorated my love for the game. I mean, you know, I do love the older versions, but going to 150 and a manual gearbox has really helped me. Hands are a little bit slow, so do forgive me. Once I develop muscle memory. Why did it go down to first? So as you can see, it's going to be madness and mayhem, to say the least. These are all agency trucks, so I'm going to have to literally set them up on a job by job basis, because they're all over the place in terms of the view. But I'm absolutely loving it. You know, I'm trying to keep the Chromebook alive. It's a bit like a circus act here. Trying to keep the Chromebook alive, trying to drive, trying not to look too much of a prat. I'm failing in just about all of it. But yeah, so I have to be honest, between this and the Farm Simulator and War Thunder, there's not a lot of time left in real life. I'm absolutely adoring it. I'm spoiled. I have added the Nebraska DLC, and I'll continue to add the DLCs for American Truck as they come out. At some stage way into the future we will catch up.
Turn left.
What am I doing here? I want to go neutral, don't I? Oh, it didn't like me to go in neutral and then up to third. Didn't like that at all, did it? But it really does introduce a whole new element to the game. And I don't like to use the term realism, I prefer immersion. Hopefully the stream looks okay. I'm sorry I can't read the chat, it's just too small. I'll do something about that for future streams. But it is the first one, so bear that in mind. It's been a long while since I streamed. And as I say, it is American truck, it's not Euro truck, so the trucks are alien to me from a manual gear shift point of view, and you know, all the different gearboxes and transmissions and highs, lows and all the rest of it. Don't you dare. Oh, thank God for that. So I am aware that there's an event on, but to be honest with you, at the minute I'm done with events. I've done enough of them. I'm assuming this is a 10-speed box in this truck, as it won't go any higher. So we've got ETA 1428. Current time is 11:34, so it's a bit of a way. Let's see if the info works. It does, and it works beautifully. Remains 7 hours 44 minutes. So we should have plenty of time to make it so, number one. We're currently sitting at 48 miles an hour. I'm guessing we could probably go a bit quicker, but I'm okay at 48. I'm happy. I didn't see him slip up the inside of me. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully the stream quality is good for you guys. Hi everybody, I'm sorry if I've missed anybody in the chat, but the chat that I'm watching back on my Chromebook is so small. I'm struggling to see it, even though it's on a much larger resolution than what the screen will support. Hopefully if I've done my job right and set this profile up correct, it should be stable and it should look really nice on your screens. As I say, at the end of the live stream I will show you the profile for any of you who are wondering what mods I've got in what order. I really do prefer American truck over Euro truck. Don't get me wrong, I love Euro truck. It just isn't American truck, is it? I don't know why American truck is so, why I'm so enamoured with it. I just am. I just think it's fantastic, absolutely amazing. The only misgiving that I've got is that I've not got SIPS traffic modding, because I do love SIPS traffic mod. I use it in all my other version profiles and it's fine, but for some reason it doesn't like 150, just the way it is. Hey up Ray, hope you're all safe and well. Some of you I can recognise from your icons. If I've missed anybody out, my sincere apologies. But it's been a long while since we've done a live stream, and I've never really live streamed immersively. I have in my own mind, but in reality I haven't, because we've always used simple gearboxes and automatic transmissions. And it's quite funny because I realise that in real life a lot of the modern trucks are all automatics anyway, so that basically anybody can get in them and drive them. But nevertheless, once we've got our own truck and we pimp it out a bit, I think the manual gear shift will help me both in the immersion level and in learning to control a truck properly manually, rather than just the simple automatic gearbox. If you guys and girls play with the simple automatic, that's fine. Maybe you've got steering wheels, pedals, maybe you've got shifters and all sorts of awesome mods and boxes. I've not. All I've got is a PC, a keyboard, a laptop, a huge screen, and that's it. We're on the job, basically. I can't even find the 8 key on the keyboard. There we go. I think the game looks perhaps the best it's ever looked, without a shadow of a doubt, even on 150. But I don't know whether it's because 150 is so new. I found that you have to be very, very careful with every single mod that you put in your profile, and you need to pre-test it as well, because one wrong mod can absolutely wreck your profile. It really can. I've tried to activate a kind of realistic suspension. Pretty difficult to do on a simulator, I have to say. It's not the easiest thing to do. And as I say, I will try and POV drive as much as possible, so you know we won't be going along at 200 mile an hour. We won't have super long trains ramming us up the arse, wrecking the loads. And we are relying on the SCS traffic, which isn't the best in the world, but look, it's what we've got to work with, unfortunately. As I say, I have been watching an awful lot of other YouTubers and especially Twitch streams, see what I mean, on American Truck, and I'm shocked at the quality that they stream in. I can only assume that's a save, that stutter, because the log itself is crystal clean and clear. You know, and I do wonder if some of these people have got the first clue what they're doing. But hey ho, that kind of makes me sound like an American and Euro truck expert, and I'm not. So there you go. But anyway, we're on our way. We're back in the saddle. Didn't see that. Live streaming. And I'm very, very happy. I think we've got about as immersive setup as I could probably do without going silly. The log so far is completely clear, so you know we should. I mean, I'm quite happy to put up with, having watched a lot of other people's streams, I'm quite happy to put up with micro freezes. I'm guessing that's probably when it's auto saving. The graphics mod that I've got installed will also have something to do with it.
Keep right, and then turn right.
But it's just too beautiful not to use. Oh, come on, big boy.
Turn right.
Wrong key. This has got the potential to be your worst nightmare. You do realise that. And as difficult as manual is, I'm absolutely loving it. You know, and I'm bearing in mind again, as I say, I am doing all this on a keyboard. I have got steering wheels and pedals and all sorts of stuff, but that's down in the office, not up here in my bedroom. So I've decided to do keyboard steering only, keyboard operation forthwith, and it's actually not bad if you use both hands. It's quite nice to have the manual control of the gears as opposed to just a full automatic. We've got a 10 speed, haven't we? Sacre bleu discovered. So yeah, I'm absolutely enamoured with it. I'm not convinced that live streaming is a better option than video making. The beauty of the live stream is you do get the real-time interaction that you don't get on the videos. The downside is you don't really get any chance to fuck it up. Whereas on a video, if you're not happy with it, you know, you can reshoot it or redo it as such. Knock it into neutral. The other thing I've learned is there is a use for the main brake. It stops you rolling backwards. How are you getting on with Linux Lite? Yeah, well, so to give you an update on the current status of all my stuff. So this is my main gaming PC that I'm using every day, and this has got Linux Mint. I've then got the backup PC, which is my beloved MX Linux, and then I've got the all I'm in the shit eWaste PC, which is Linux Lite. And I'm happy to report that all three are absolutely brilliant. They really are. If I had to choose between them, well, MX Linux is still my favourite. It really is. Without a shadow of a doubt. It just is. It's my favourite. I just love it to bits. The reason I'm on Linux Mint so much is because that's what I installed on the main gaming PC. If I'd had half a brain, I'd have put MX Linux on it, but hey ho, it's what it is. I do love Linux Mint. I think Linux Mint has got one of the best easy, simple, arsewipe, customizable desktops on the planet. It's so easy to customize the desktop on Linux Mint Cinnamon. Make it your own and make it look absolutely amazing every time you log into it. However, that being said, you know, I mean, MX Linux is just as customizable as is Linux Lite. The only difference is that MX Linux and Linux Lite use XFCE, whereas Linux Mint is using Cinnamon. Oh, really? And that's the difference. But for me, I'm loving all three of them. They're all behaving themselves. They're all really good, and each machine is exactly half the spec of the previous one. So the MX Linux PC is half the spec of this one, with a 4GB graphics card and 8GB of RAM. The Linux Lite PC is exactly half the spec of the MX Linux PC, with a 2GB graphics card and 4GB of RAM. And all three machines are absolutely blowing me away at what they can achieve and what they can do. It doesn't matter what I throw at them.
And then turn right.
It just does it with consummate ease. It really does.
Turn right.
Absolute consummate ease. All three boxes. Yes, you do notice a difference when you're gaming on this PC compared to the MX Linux, which has only got 8GB of RAM. This has got 24GB of RAM and an 8GB graphics card. You notice a difference in speed and smoothness and all the rest of it. Yeah, put it in gear. There you go, Ebeez. Chab. But apart from that, absolutely everything I throw at the PCs, they're doing and eating. Why do I need to stop? Is there a reason for this? Please tell me there's a genuine reason why I need to stop. I'm guessing there's not. See how it's creeping now, it's manual. Great, love it. So we're in 6th gear, aren't we? Chab. can pull away in fourth.
Exit.
See all this stuff I've got to learn, and hopefully not only me but also you lot will have a great time enjoying watching me
Continue straight on.
make an absolute tat's tit of it. But needless to say, driving on the keyboard is highly doable. Just saying. Highly doable. So if you don't have steering wheel and pedals and a shifter, do you know what? That's okay. It doesn't matter.
Turn right.
You're quite able to
You have arrived.
play the game with good immersion just with the keyboard if you're prepared to put a little bit of effort and, you know, retrain your brain and your muscle memory to use the keyboard. It's absolutely fine. I'm guessing we're a million miles away. Yeah, how did I know? So this is going to be interesting now with the manual box reversing. So I'm assuming yeah, of course, you see it's not like a simple box, a simple automatic box where you push the opposite key to go backwards. With this you use the forwards key to go backwards. So it's very much just a case of training the brain. Well, I mean, that's about as on the piss as it gets. But do you know what? I'm going to take that. Okay, so I pressed the wrong key. I pressed R, not T. Hello? T? Hello? There we go. What do you think about Windows 11 recall feature? Well, I've been banging on about this all for months. I knew what was coming down the line. Hey up, Dell, lovely to see. I'm doing very well, thank you, my friend. And everybody thought I was 3 sheets to the wind. I'm not 3 sheets to the wind now. I mean, I migrated over to Linux full time for a reason. Everybody thinks, oh, we've seen you do this all before, EB, and then you've gone back to Windows, blah, 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 blah. No, this time was completely different. I knew from being in touch with my son, who's a top developer, coder, and he gave me a heads up long ago on what was coming down the line and pipeline from Microsoft. About the only thing that hasn't materialised is a subscription model. But trust me, it will go to subscription model. You watch people come over to Linux then, when you've got to stump up the hard-earned cash just to run your operating system. That's if you can afford decent enough hardware in the first place to run the bloody thing. Just saying. I hope I've not missed anybody out, but thank you all for joining. So the other thing that I suffer from having the stroke is extreme fatigue and tiredness. So I can do something and I get real tired real quick and it does my head in. So just going up and down the stairs and making a coffee, for argument's sake, leaves me absolutely exhausted. And I mean exhausted, and I end up sometimes having to have a 1 or 2 hour sleep, which, as I say, does my head in. But nevertheless, I am recovering and getting there, and I think that this idea is a great way for me to ease back into live streaming, a great way for me to rekindle my wonderful community. And you guys and girls are wonderful. And I do miss you all very, very much. I had hoped that I'd found a solution to streaming the audio on Discord issue on Linux, but I haven't. I've still got that issue, so until I sort that out, I won't be back on the Discord live streaming, because on Linux there's just no audio. It's as simple as that. It's just the way it is. Not a lot I can do about it. Okay, so let's have a look at the build for you all then. So that's our first job completed. I want to go for an International Eagle as my main truck when we've done enough jobs and earned enough money, which is going to be way down the line. So there's no map mods in this, as you know. It's just a straight plain 150 build. So I've got the model replicator or model replacer installed. I may take that out. I've got the Yara interface, yet another route advisor interface, the Eagle steering wheel logo for the SCS steering wheel pack, international green coloured gauges for Linux Mint obviously, Sissel's mega pack, the SCS Lowboy cargo pack, of course Nabist's ownable distro skins. We will be getting our own trailer once we're high enough level. We've then got two Jazzy Cats trailer packs installed, the trailer and cargo pack version 6.13 and the 1.5.3 version of the military pack. I'm using JC's amateur sound effects for the airlines and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got a set of Slav Jerry's engines installed. Really like these. These are all available free of charge on the Steam Workshop and all are 1.50 compatible. I've then got the Sound Fixes pack. I've got the 150 version of the realistic keyboard steering mod. I'm using Grimes's brand new summer version 3.5. I've got fast money in at the minute, but that will come out along with this model replacer mod, because that is probably what's causing the stuttering. Actually, we can take the model replacer out now, and the fast money will come out. And then we've got the coloured map 1.50, which just gives you a coloured background. I'm just going to use standard SCS trucks. I'm not going to fill it full of truck mods and everything else. We'll load it back up. It'll probably take a while to load up anyway. Do forgive me, I've got to have a vape. So yeah, that's okay. Missing mod. And we don't have a job on, so it can't wreck the job. If it resets us, it resets us. I think to answer all your questions, I think Microsoft is probably doing more for desktop Linux than the Linux community has been able to do in 20 years. Because believe you me, Linux desktop usage is starting to go through the roof, and noobs are coming over to Linux Mint and to Ubuntu and to Pop OS. But what they're not doing is making YouTube content with it. They're just using it for the gaming or whatever, and that's loaded back up just dandy, hasn't it? So we'll save that away. So I think that's the big difference. Everybody's not shouting about it. It's kind of quietly happening in the background, and every fuck up that Microsoft released, I mean 24H2 update in August of this year is going to be such a fuck in the arse for Microsoft. It really is. It's going to, seriously, Michael and Craig may as well escort the whole Microsoft team out into the boonies and fucking leave them there. And I think once 24H2 hits, and a lot of people wake up in the morning to a blank black screen, you know, and people have been saying, oh, don't worry, there'll be workarounds on YouTube. No, there won't be workarounds on YouTube. Trust me, this is really getting locked down, ready for Microsoft's onslaught. Everything from screenshotting to subscription models, you name it, you won't be able to do dick diddly shit on your computer without Microsoft knowing about it. And don't forget, it's not just desktops, it's laptops, and it will also spread to the Surface Pro tablets. Anything with Microsoft written on it will just be your worst nightmare. And people are not stupid. They're stupid for a while, but they soon cotton on. You know, Microsoft trying to sell this screen capture, screen recording and storing locally. Yeah, how long is that going to be before it's on OneDrive? Just saying. People are not stupid, and it's not just a case of, well, if you're not doing anything illegal, you've got nothing to worry about. But let's say you'd got some really personal photographs on there of a dying relative. Why would you want Microsoft to have instant access to that? I mean, what they're going to do next? Flog the photos and make a ton of money to photographic agencies? It don't bear thinking about. It really doesn't. Now, maybe I'm being a bit silly and a bit extreme, but more and more Windows users are definitely coming over to Linux. I've even seen extreme Windows users who are playing games using anti-cheat that just will not run on Linux for love nor money actually state that they're packing in that game because they have to move to Linux. So whether that's fact or fiction or trolling, I don't know. But nevertheless, it does bode well for Linux on the desktop in the future. What it doesn't bode well for is those armpits over at Microsoft. So well done, Microsoft. So there you go, everybody. That's my first live stream back in the saddle. A bit earlier than build. I'll try and stick to the time for the next one. We've got this map to discover and explore, and once we've done that, then we'll add the next map in, which I think is this square here. We're on the latest 150. You've seen all the mods. Hopefully the live stream quality is okay, because I've not got a direct connection to the router. I'm going around the electricity ring main, so that worried me. I'll watch it back later on when it's done processing. Thank you so much for your support. Much love to each and every one of you. Stay safe and well. I'm sorry I can't read the chat properly, but seriously, I will be sorting my Chromebook out because it does need a bit of work on it. It's been a while since I've fired it up and used it. I've absolutely loved it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the immersive driving with the manual gearbox. I hope it makes it a little bit more fun for you guys and a little bit more real for me. Have a great week, a great upcoming weekend. Please thumb the live stream up or down, depending on whether you enjoyed it or whether you hated it. That's your free choice. And I'll see you in the next one. Much love, everybody. Take care. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for your support.